What's up, good people? My name's Callum Morrison, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about why I feel you can't put a price on inspiration. So when I'm talking about you can't put a price on inspiration, I'm really talking about gear. So I imagine anyone watching this video is probably like me and probably spends a lot of time on kind of music groups, recording groups, guitar related groups, stuff about amplifiers, stuff about pedals, that whole network there. And I noticed a theme recently, mostly surrounding guitars, a lot of the time surrounding comments about Gibson. I'm not here to say Gibson are the greatest brand in the world or the worst brand in the world, but I see a lot of comments where people are saying things like, Gibsons are overpriced, and a big one that I see is people saying no one's gonna be able to tell the difference between a $3,500 guitar and a £500 guitar. So if you can get the same guitar from another manufacturer for less money, why don't you just do that? And I understand that. I definitely think that's true. I think the average person at a gig isn't gonna notice the difference. The average person listening to your music on headphones isn't going to be able to tell if that's real old valve amp or some super cheap amp sim. People generally don't notice the difference, and they're right about that, the people that make these comments. But I don't think that buying amplifier or a guitar that is expensive is invalid. I don't think just because you can get the same thing cheaper from another brand means that you should just buy the cheaper brand. For one reason mainly, and it's like I said before, you can't put a price on inspiration. So if you've watched any of the other videos that I've done on this channel, you probably realize that a lot of it is about plugins. That being said, I got two big amps sat behind me. So if I'm doing all this stuff with plugins, why do I bother having these two giant amps? And it's simple. They inspire me. They when I plug in to the Orange or to the Marshall, I get this real feeling of excitement, It makes me really excited about playing guitar. And if I plug in to the interface and I'm just playing through a plugin, I will sit there and do what I need to do. If I'm working on a song or if I'm just recording a demo for something that I've written, I'll do it. And then once the job's done, everything gets unplugged, everything gets turned off and put away. Job done, don't think about it. If I plug into one of these guys, on the other hand, I lose hours because I'm just so excited by them, and it keeps me playing guitar for longer, and maybe I come up with more riffs. Maybe I just spend ages dialing in tones and just playing and maybe I don't get anything practical done at all, but it inspires me to play guitar. It makes me excited to play guitar. And again, will anyone notice on a recording? No, they probably won't. The average person cannot tell the difference between the sound of a valve amp or an amp sim. And even a lot of industry professionals really can't tell the difference. I watched a video from Fluff where he was comparing his SLO 100 to the plugin from Neural DSP, and if I was just listening to those side by side and I wasn't watching the video, seeing Fluff switching between the two, I would have had no idea which was the real amp. And when that plugin exists and that amp costs something like £3,700, like, can anyone really justify buying that? Yeah, they absolutely can. First of all, because whatever gear you buy, you don't have to justify that to anyone but yourself. And second of all, if that's something that they really want, if that's something that they feel they'll get a great amount of enjoyment out of. Because remember, playing music is about enjoyment, it's supposed to be fun. If that's something that's gonna feed that person's energy to play more, I think that's an absolutely valid thing. I think the exact same thing about Gibson guitars, where a lot of people criticize Gibson for the price, but a lot of people really, it's like Gibson have said it themselves, and I remember the first time they said it, I thought it was a little bit cringy, but I thought it was absolutely, like, now when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that's absolutely legitimate. They refer to themselves as an aspirational brand. And yeah, like, people do aspire to own Gibsons. And if you've gone and bought a Gibson and that like really fuels your fire to play more guitar, I think that's a great thing. So if you're someone who thinks that, like, you know, the gear doesn't matter and it's all just about the playing and that's enough for you, go out and spend as little money as possible. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. But at the same time, if you're someone like me who doesn't mind spending that little bit more to get something that, like, true is probably more impractical, but it makes you excited, go for it. Do it. Get the thing that makes you excited to play and just go out and play. And don't listen to what anyone says about, oh yeah, that thing's overpriced. That doesn't matter, man. It absolutely does not matter. Just go out and have fun with it. Anyway, that's all I've really got to say here. I hope you kind of enjoyed my little mini rant. If you did, leave a comment. Let me know what your opinions are on this, and let me know what type of person you are. Are you the person that doesn't care about the gear and just wants to get the sound, or are you someone that does care about the gear and that makes you excited to play, and the exciting gear makes you play more? Let me know in the comments. I'd really love to know. If you're interested in any of the other stuff I've got on the channel, please check it out, and if you want to see more of the content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. That's all, folks. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next video.